Welcome to the latest news on stimulus checks updates for September 3rd. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more daily videos. Breaking news. When should Americans expect to receive their second stimulus checks? It looks like we might see some kind of a bill passed by Congress sometime in September to help these American people. Both the Republicans and Democrats want to come up with new stimulus legislation to boost the U.S. economy ailing from the coronavirus pandemic. But both sides are at odds over how much the price tag for that relief should be, leaving millions of Americans waiting for more financial aid. The stalemate comes down largely to a couple of sticking points. More from Personal Finance. September 1st is the first day of the payroll tax holiday. 5 key things workers should know about the payroll tax deferral. How the CARES Act failed to protect tenants from eviction. Probably the biggest stumbling block that remains is the amount of money that would go to state and local help, White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows told CNBC this week. Senate Republicans are expected to propose legislation next week that would leave out state and local aid, as well as other categories Democrats have pushed for, such as rental and food assistance. The fight over state and local funding. Both sides have dug in on their philosophical grounds when it comes to supporting state and local governments, said Mark Mazur, director of the Urban Brookings Tax Policy Center. Many Republicans think state and local governments should not require support from the federal government that could be used to patch up long-term funding issues, like pension shortfalls. Democrats, meanwhile, have argued that those areas have suffered revenue shortfalls of 20% or more, and will not likely recover in the short term. The lesson from the Great Recession of 07, 08, 09 was that state and local governments were a drag on the economy in 2011 and 12 because they had such a drop-off in revenues, Mazur said. That resulted in reduced spending, layoffs, furloughs and increased taxes. Those efforts were expedient, but didn't really help economic growth, Mazur added. States have less flexibility because they have balanced budget requirements, which means they cannot borrow to fund spending because of a recession, said Chad Stone, chief economist at the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, a progressive think tank. In the past few recessions, the federal government has provided funding to states so they could maintain Medicaid and other social services, he said. Without federal aid, individuals and families could also be affected by the shortfalls in other ways. 20,200,831 UI state status occur CPF. If teachers and police lose their jobs, for example, they have less money to pay their rent and buy groceries, which in turn affects local businesses, said Chris Cox, senior tax policy analyst at the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. There's really a domino effect if states have to cut their budgets, which they are required to do by law, Cox said. But not everyone agrees that more funding is necessary. The federal government has already sent hundreds of millions of dollars in aid to states, said Adam Michel, senior policy analyst at the Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more daily video.